Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. It's been a bit, but I just thought to stop by today to share something with you about hope. What is this thing, hope? How do you even stay hoping? What happens when you hope and then hope doesn't come through? How do you hope against hope or in spite of hope? We're talking about that very briefly, but before then, look for the link and subscribe to my channel and click the notification button so that you're reminded every time I drop a video. Just spend some time looking through my channel and I'll see you in a bit. Welcome back. So let's get straight to it. What is hope? I'll quickly read a few dictionary definitions of what hope is. Now, hope is the feeling, it is a feeling, that what is wanted can be had or that events will turn out for the best. And there are people whose names go by hope, who answer hope, but I just want to talk about why we need to hope. We could find ourselves in different situations where life throws us to a far left or to a far right in a particular situation, and we are trying to find our balance, or we're trying to even want to believe that things could happen again. Sometimes when we have had repeated instances, we've been disappointed, we've been hurt, we have just gone through terrible experiences, it's quite hard to want to believe that it could be better, because all you've ever known is a terrible situation, or all you've ever known is a pretty bad situation. And so it makes it difficult for you to want to hope that it could be better. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. That means when you hope for something and then the day you hope for that thing, it doesn't come, and then you push your hope to a further date, and then the further date comes close, it doesn't happen, and then you push it to a much further date, it still doesn't happen. You pretty much become sick of hoping. So hope deferred makes the heart sick. Nonetheless, I heard a wise man say somewhere that better to die, he said, for a truth that you know than to live for a lie. And the truth that we know is the hope that we're holding on to somewhere in our hearts, somewhere in our thoughts. Because really, if you keep imagining something and you keep picturing something, and picturing good things, I mean things that are in mutually beneficial interest to you and those around you, and you picture it long enough, that means you are getting previews of coming attraction. It's possible that there are things that you can create. Now, if it's negative, you can now take action to avoid it. The mind is a very lucrative center that creates negative things and positive things. It's absolutely your responsibility to choose what you want to create or recreate. Now, when recreating these things, it may take a process. It may take a process of dashed hopes, of disappointments, of whatever it is. But hey, stick in there and trust that the process will turn around in your favor. Sometimes it could take a while. It could take a day, it could take a week, it could take a two, it could take a month, a few. Sometimes it could take years. And quickly could share a story about a good friend who had waited for about 10 years to have a child. And when I was speaking to her, she said she had pretty much given up hope of ever succeeding in that angle and had already resorted to adoption. And in the process of going through the adoption, trying to get a child adopted, she took in. Just like that. Even though she was still hoping somewhere in her heart. And she had written lots of things down and made some declarations over herself. She had given up hope at some point because she'd been doing declarations and speaking for a while and expecting and still hoping. And sometimes just the process of wanting to hope again can be frustrating, can be draining. And so some people don't even want to go through that. It's common to everyone. You're not alone. While you may, for some people, it could be waiting for a child. For some others, it could be waiting for a spouse or for a loved one, or for someone to just love them in the way that they'd like to be loved. For some others, they're waiting to get a good job. For some others, they're waiting to get the financial support that they need to move them from where they are to where they desire to be. For some, it's just hoping for them to find peace and security. For some, it's different things. So just recognize that whatever your challenge is, Someone else's challenge is different. Whatever you are hoping for, someone else is also hoping for something, and it's just as important to them, such that it is possibly draining them. I believe strongly that we should finish hoping than throw hope out of the window. And that's what makes me say, never give up until you win. And even if you don't win, finish strong. Finish with the hope. Run through the course, hoping that as I step out today, today could be the day. And if today is not the day, I'm grateful that I've seen another day, and then tomorrow is another day. We'll hope, just wake up with hope, because you never know when that window would open. And what would happen if the window of opportunity comes and finds you unprepared? Prepare regardless. Prepare whether you have seen a glimmer of hope or not. Prepare whether things are working in your favor or not. Prepare. For example, if you're in Nigeria, get your PVC, even though you're not quite sure of who it is that you want to vote, or you're not quite sure of how the system is going to favor your voting or not. Just play your part and do what you need to do. And doing what you need to do requires that you are ready, because in the event that a window of opportunity opens for the right kind of person for you to pick, for whatever reason, presents themselves, if you don't have that thing that makes you ready to cast your vote, or makes you ready to step in when the water is stirred, then you'd have missed out on the window of opportunity. Just stop by to encourage someone that is losing hope. It is overwhelming when so many things are happening around you and you can't seem to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because you have walked for so long in that tunnel. You've been in darkness for so long, you don't even remember what light looks like. Keep walking, keep moving. You're steps away from where you're coming from, and you're still in progression to where you're going to. So hang in there, and remember that StephREDD always says that no matter what comes or goes, no matter what gives in or doesn't, you never give up until you win. And even if you don't win, it's okay. Just ensure by all means that you finish strong. I am StephREDD. You have an amazing day.